Hey y'all, I'm Karyn.
And I'm Mingo.
And this is the Mingo and Karyn Show. And yes, and we are excited to be here today and talk with you. Just to give you a little bit of background about who we are. We've been married for 27 years and we have, well, now, no other children in college. Won't he do it?
Yes, he will.
And so we're wearing Alabama State University shirts today to celebrate the fact that our youngest child just graduated from college.
Yes.
And so we're extremely excited. So shout out to Carrington.
Shout out.
For graduating. And so anyway, but we have been married for 27 years, like I said, and we have 4 adult children. And, you know, we started a podcast and decided to start this channel because we wanted to be able to, you know, for people to be able to see who we are and put faces with our voices.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
so what we try to do is make sure that we tell you about things that nobody ever told us in terms of how we made our relationship last this long. So we just want to share that with you.
Yeah, we just kind of wanted to, you know, when you're growing up and you hear your parents behind the door talking, but you don't know exactly what they're saying,
right.
You hear exactly what they're saying. You know what
right,
I'm saying?
exactly.
We're not afraid to share that information because, you know, we understand that information is powerful.
Yes.
And the more you know, the more you can accomplish.
Right.
And then if somebody else kind of got it wrong, that's a great opportunity for you to get it right. Mm-hmm. Not just saying we're right. We're just saying, man, I wish somebody would have shared this with us and just not worry about what people think. We never worry about what people think. These are our lived experiences.
Yes.
And we hope that these experiences help you in your journey with your partner.
Yeah, because sometimes I think what we realized in life and what made us really passionate about doing this, and I know people kind of throw the word passionate around like it's, you know, it's just normal, but all of us really do have a passion inside of us. And I think that this is ours to be able to say, hey, let us tell you what nobody told us. And we want to be as transparent as possible. We are not a perfect couple.
No,
we have gone through some things, and that's why we're here to tell you that you don't have to be perfect in order for your union to work and to matter and to be able to exist together. And so I know that what we want you to do and what we want to encourage you to do is to live. It's time right now to live.
Yeah. I agree with Karyn 100% because I'm so passionate about love and our relationship and sharing relationship. I spell passion with all capital letters. You know what I'm saying?
That's some passion.
Yeah, that's how deep it is to me. And I want everyone to be passionate about who they with, or who they desire to be with, or who they haven't even encountered yet.
Yeah.
It's just a great feeling to know that you're navigating this life not by yourself.
Yeah.
Now, if you make a choice to be by yourself,
that's okay.
Your passion can be in friendships.
Yes.
Your passion can be in your talents.
In your career.
Yeah, it can be anything. But what we're just saying is that don't leave it bottled up on the inside. You know, they talk about that fire shut up in your bones. That's how I feel about love and passion and relationships. The more people I see in love, the more joy I receive.
Right. And in living your life, you know, sometimes we can get in a place where we can, I know for me, you know, I be speaking, y'all, I got to tell y'all, like I can get really stuck in moments or stuck in places, which hinders me from completely living the way that I want to live, or, you know, like being in my own thoughts about things. And maybe it's because I'm, you know, let's say, for example, if it's on a day where, I'll give y'all you know what? I just had another example.
Revelation.
I was about to go one way and then I decided, no, I'm going in this direction.
Won't he do it?
So y'all have heard me talk before about even me wearing red lipstick. Like, y'all don't even understand, babe, how big of a deal.
It was a big deal. She was like, I don't really. I was like, hey, you need to wear that red lipstick.
It's not about you, sir.
It's serious. Me and tell you women, red lipstick.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm used to wearing like more neutral colors. I'll do like a pale pink or like a, you know, the nude kind of skin tone type of color. And my daughter, to get me out of my comfort zone, and I know this is a very kind of simple, it seems simple and maybe silly, but it really has a point of why I'm giving this example. So for one, it might have been Mother's Day 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago.
And my daughter, our daughter bought me a red lipstick, and I was like, girl, who wearing that? Not me. I don't wear red lipstick. And she was like, no, mommy, you're going to wear this. She's so bossy. Oh my God. But she knows that she pushes me to places and limits that I kind of set a limit and say I'm not going past that on some things. Well, she was not trying to hear that. She was like, no, girl, you're going to wear this and you're going to look good. And so when I put it on at first, I was really uncomfortable about it because I was like, oh my God, you know, this kind of, it's so bright. Why, you know? Why? Ooh. And,
made it feel like her lips were going,
right. Like, hey, you see this on my face? I ain't got nothing but lips. No face, just lips. But over time, somebody actually paid me a compliment on a Zoom call. They were like, "Oh my God, Karyn, it looks so good on you." And I was like, "Oh, it does." And so my point is that even though that seems really simple and it seems maybe even kind of silly, it took her pushing me for me to get unstuck and to try and to be more adventurous about things that I'm more willing to do, and to like, now I want to try green lipsticks and blues and all kind of stuff. But think about it, she never got me in that place where I was holding myself back from being able to even express myself with something as simple as lipstick.
But when you start thinking about holding yourself back, I come from the angle of, if not me, then who? Mm-hmm. And the time is now. Mm-hmm. Holding back, it's like, it's I don't like to be held back by things, especially things that's in my head.
Right.
And like you saying, for you to be brave and step out there and wear the lipstick, that's a big deal, because you can't see your face unless you're looking in the mirror. Yeah. So you got to feel good about that. And I just understand that when you have a partner in life and you need that support, you need that
for
feeling,
me to get unstuck.
Yeah, you feel like, for our daughter being bossy and say, "Hey, Mom, I'm putting this on." But what if you put that lipstick on and you came in and I'm like, "Well, why you got on red lipstick?"
Well,
just because you haven't made a choice to wear red lipstick in the past.
That's support.
So it makes you understand that, hey, I need to support her, but I also need to be truthful.
Well,
and because you do people in your life an injustice if you lie to them.
That is very true.
And then they get out there and then they feel like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't feel good about it. You didn't help me feel good about it. Now I'm out here, and now this is, I don't want to call it a hurdle, but now it puts this little thing in your head that's like, I would never wear red lipstick again in my life." Yeah. And then I'm glad you were able to move past that, because you didn't wear the lipstick, you decided and said, "Hey, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do this." And somebody came along and nudged you.
And being and me having to figure out, I didn't even know I was stuck. But I'm understanding that it's really it's a mentality. It's in your mindset when you are stuck in something. And even though, like I said, it's as simple as makeup, it is a really big deal, because really, honestly, don't tell nobody this, but I be feeling like a superhero with this red lipstick on. I'm telling you, I could do anything.
She looks amazing, all capital.
Thank you, baby. And then when I walk in, my husband's like, "Oh, you look like a baby doll." Well, he didn't say it with a high pitch, but he was like, "Oh, baby, you look like a baby doll. You look beautiful." So I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." So, but it helps me in the long, that support helps me also to not be just stuck in my own little bubble. And sometimes we need that as human beings, and we have to begin. So what it prompted me to do was to really change my perspective.
Yeah, you have to change your perspective.
Yeah, changing my perspective and realizing that just because the crazy thing is I never even tried to do anything other than what I was comfortable with. And so
many of us are like that.
Yeah, and so in order for me to change my behavior, I had to change my mind and do the opposite. So if I feel comfortable doing it, maybe I need to do something that I'm not comfortable with.
But you know what? It feels like you manifested what you wanted to happen. And we always, when we talk about manifestation, we say, you gotta act like it and operate like it's already happened. Yeah. So when it does happen, you don't have to change your behavior.
Wow.
You don't have to get ready. We used to tell the kids all the time, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Because sometimes when that moment hits, like red lipstick is one of your top 3 choices now, where for a long time it wasn't a choice
Most of
at
our
all.
marriage,
it wasn't a choice at all.
years.
And it wasn't because you couldn't wear it and you wouldn't look beautiful in it. Yeah. It's just that in your mind you like, I don't know if I want my lips to enter the room before I do. Right. Not because they're a certain size, just because if you have on a red lipstick and you have big, beautiful blonde hair, they're going to see your hair, then they're going to see your lips.
Yeah, absolutely.
and you got to feel good about that, because if you're a person that's kind of shy, which you're not shy, but some people may be shy in certain things, you don't want that attention on you. Even though nobody's saying anything to you, you can feel somebody looking at you.
Absolutely.
And then it's like, well, why are they staring at me? Well, you got big blonde hair and red lipstick on.
Right.
So that you came in the room with attention. You made your presence known before you got there. And there's so much power in that. You know what I'm saying? That perspective piece, if you don't see it differently, nobody else will.
That's the truth.
It's like a person talking to you, y'all having a conversation, and their hands are in their pocket. Yeah. Or their arms are folded. Or their eyes are just all over the place. Those are the little bitty things that's the nonverbal that make you realize that, okay, this person, it took some courage to do what they're doing, but is this their real lived experience?
Right. Right.
And then so when it comes to me, when I think about myself, I always feel like when I go into a room, my ultimate goal is to encounter and know more people than when I leave the room.
Wow. So
that was my thing, like how you used the red lipstick. I remember believe it or not, I used to be very quiet.
Yes, and shy.
We were talking about a long time ago. And it wasn't that I was so quiet and shy. It was like, let me figure you out before I give you my time. But then I found out as I went along, Karyn used to always say to me, Mingo, you have something to give.
Yes.
You have something to say. So my personality was your red lipstick moment.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Like our daughter pushed you, you pushed me.
Oh, wow.
She's like, babe, you have something great to say. You bring something great I said, I know I feel that. But if I go in the room and I miss this whole moment, did I take advantage of that? If you didn't get in the mirror, put on your red lipstick, walk straight with your shoulders back and felt good about yourself, that's just amazing to me.
Yeah. And I know that it makes me, first of all, I didn't realize how much of a barrier I put around certain experiences. Like you said, with my hair, I've had it like I've had it short like Mingo's hair is, and this was before people doing the big chop, blah, 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 with natural hair. But I had, it was during the era when Janet Jackson did That's the Way Love Goes, and she had the red hair. So I cut all of my hair off. Listen, so y'all, this is funny story. So
you put my business in the street.
Yeah, because when I came home, so what happened was I had colored my hair, but I was trying to experiment with a new color, and it literally just like my hair just started melting in my hand, right? And so
it was cotton candy. It was melting. It was just melting,
and because I tried a new color or whatever, and a new, like a brand, and it just did not work with my hair. So anyway, I decided. I said, okay, hair has never really been a thing that I've really been worried about because I could have a whole bunch of it or have it like that. So I went to this barbershop because at the time, that's where everybody had the short haircut and the women were wearing like the little round edge up. But I was like, nope, I don't want no round edge up. I want the pow pow. I want to go to a male barber because I want the boom, boom, boom. Like I wanted it all, right? So I went to this barbershop and got my hair cut. And when I came home, and Mingo was like,
what happened?
What we doing?
What happened?
And I was like, my hair live. I'm about to dye it red like Janet Jackson. I'm doing Janet Jackson red, and we about to go to this football game.
And I was like, I see the vision, but I need some backstory. You left here with a lot of hair. You come back with your hair like mine. What's the deal? What we got going?
But the thing is, he never, it wasn't one of those things like, oh my God, what happened to your hair? And blah, blah. It wasn't like that at all. He really accepted, that, okay, this is where it is. Babe, you look beautiful. Now let's go. And my point for telling
that. He has a good shaped head too.
Oh my, well.
It's round. It's perfectly round.
Thank you, babe. And my point is that my hair has always been a thing for me. Like, my hair listen, if nothing else, my hair gonna be on point. But, sometimes it ain't out. But anyway, that's a personal thing. But I had to but my point is, y'all, for real, is that doing something other than my hair being the thing that comes in the room was something that was really a challenge for me. And so changing my perspective to encompass, even now, I'm even thinking about different ways that I want to dress now versus being stuck in the place I've been in since, I've been a mom. I want to be different in that perspective. And this is just, and I know it sounds crazy to say that that's something that has prompted me to understand how to live. There are other things, but this has prompted me to know how, now, Karyn, you got to live and be your best self from now on, from whatever you want to try it.
Yeah. Do everything 100%.
Yes.
Because if we operate on just 5% of our potential, think about your life if you activated that other 95%.
Wow.
If you flipped it.
Yeah.
And that's perspective. Because the way you see things, I don't care what I say about it. I don't care how beautiful I tell you look. You have to see yourself as that.
Yes.
Because it's all in your demeanor.
Yes.
And when you get your demeanor right and you feel good, but you got to believe what you're saying, because people pay attention enough to know that, oh no, she's not living what she's saying. He's not living what he's saying. People ask us all the time, are y'all really like that? We'll say, well, let's put it on video and show them we really like that.
We are really like
Anybody
that.
who knows us, this is the way we are. So we're not asking you to be like us, but we are saying take a different perspective and think, okay, I've lived my life X many time, at this age being this way.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So how would it be if I tried it different?
Yeah.
Maybe just one day.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you make a decision right now and say, I'm this age and I'm going to be like this the rest of my life. I'm saying 24 hours.
Yeah, and you can take one thing. It doesn't have to be a whole big thing. So if you take one thing, you change your perspective, you do the opposite of what you've been doing, not just in your thoughts, but in your actions. You do something different than what you've done before. Then you're going to say, oh man, wow, okay, that felt pretty good. Let me try to do something else. And then you begin to understand how to navigate your own life in a better way so that you can begin to fully live your life.
Yeah. And a full life is the best life to me.
Yes.
I mean, when you wake up in the morning and you happy with what you're doing, who you're with, and what you put out to the world, to me, just me, I feel like that's a good life.
Absolutely.
And that has nothing to do with money. That has nothing to do with what you drive, where you live, who you know. That has to do with you as a person that I can say, you know what? If I didn't get nothing else in my life, I'm good with myself today.
And I think it's more to the intangibles. So, if you focused on, I have this house, or I have this car, or I have this job, or I'm on this career path, or I have all of the things outside of you that you have, that's not going to make you happy.
Yeah.
It's the things that are on the inside of you. That's where that happiness comes from. It comes from being grateful for what you have, not material things, but I did this post on Facebook a few years ago, and I got a really great response, started a lot of conversation about I said, it doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where your life is right now. Maybe you're not where you want to be.
Yeah.
But it's all in how you see it. And so if you wake up and you're grateful, first of all, if you opened your eyes today, that's one thing to be grateful for.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm breathing. I can see, I can taste, I can touch, I can smell, I can hear, I can walk, I have a roof over my head. Okay, maybe say for somebody who may not have the sofa they want. Well, you got a sofa.
Not on the floor.
Right, you're not on the floor. Well, and then even if you have a floor, you're not outside on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if you learn how to be grateful for what you have and realize that life does have an expiration date. Like, there's a time we're all perishable here.
We are.
And we can't live forever. And so why wouldn't you take this opportunity and take advantage of, hey, let me find out what I can be grateful for, no matter how sad you may be in a moment. No matter, we had some hardships that you wouldn't believe that really were debilitating.
Grateful to be here.
Yeah, were really debilitating and really had me in a depressive state and had me in a really stuck in state. We'll have to talk about that later because that one will get too deep, but for this topic. But I had to understand that what I needed didn't exist outside of me.
But when you're talking about expiration, that's like focusing on the end. I don't want to focus on the end because I hope to be here. You be here. I hope we're here for many more years.
Yes.
Our friends, families, loved ones. But I don't like to focus on the end because expiration is final.
And that's why we're saying live now, because we all understand that day is going to come. You can't, like Mingo said, that's not what your focus is. Your focus is today.
Yeah. And you miss out on moments worrying about the end.
That's right.
I don't want to sit and look out the window. You know that little gif with the little guy looking out the window?
Yes.
I don't want to be that guy. I want to be outside and doing things and experiencing things.
Absolutely.
You're never too old or too young to get a new experience.
That's right.
Babies experience something new every day. The difference between a baby and us, you see the joy on them. You see that.
That was good.
You see that this day right here, they're happy to see their mother, see their father, see their siblings, grandparents. Babies wake up excited because they know that day is going to be good.
That's right.
We will hope it be good.
Yes.
Adults, we wake up, we look for joy, but we remember the past.
Wow.
And we can't have joy within that day because we're so focused on what already happened.
Yeah.
But why can't we focus on, hey, that's in my past?
That's right.
I was telling my oldest son the other day, there is a reason why the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror. It's because it's meant for you to look forward.
That's right.
The vision is greater out looking out your windshield than driving backwards looking in your rearview mirror. If you're moving backwards, you're going to move slow. You're going to be nervous because it's not natural.
Yeah, and you got to proceed with caution.
Yeah, it's not natural. Yeah. But when you're looking out that windshield, you look at all those possibilities. You can look left, you can look right, you can go forward, you can put on brakes. It is up to you to navigate your life looking forward. And anybody who asks you to drive backwards, let them get in the car by themselves.
I know that's right.
You get in your vehicle, you navigate your life, and then if you really got your life together, at least the way you feel about it, you got room for passengers.
Man, you know what's crazy is you saying that makes me think that we can't live in reverse.
Oh, that's deep. That's deep.
When you're driving, if you're headed to a destination, if you put your car in reverse, you're going to be going farther away from the destination.
You absolutely are.
So the objective is to live your best life and to live it now. And it has absolutely nothing to do with anything, again, on the outside of you. Because if I have to think about how much effort it takes to put a car in reverse, lean backwards, look over your shoulder, try to navigate and make sure you stay in the line, try to navigate and make sure you don't hit something. You can't see what's behind you.
Yeah.
So what if it's something there in the road? You can't see it ahead of time because you're trunk in the back. It's so many other things. Versus
elements.
When you're looking forward, the perspective is broad.
It is. And then you think about even anything that you do in reverse. Walking backwards, running backwards, swimming backwards, driving backwards. It's almost at half the speed of you moving forward. Now, there are some people who are talented enough to maybe backstroke real fast, but that's few and far between.
Yeah.
But the goal is, in order for them to win the race or get to their destination, you have to move forward. You don't wake up in the morning and do everything in reverse that you did that night.
Right.
You get up and you start your day.
Yes.
So you have to realize that when you become stagnant or you become fearful, you have to say, you know what? It's meant for me to be grateful.
Right.
I am grateful that people love me.
Yes.
I'm grateful that because I receive love, I know how to give love. Because a lot of times in being grateful, people look for these big things to happen.
Yeah.
It could be something as small as you almost fell and you caught yourself.
Yeah.
Because that could have turned into a lot more than what it is. So I'm so grateful on the minute level. I'm grateful for when I met you.
Yes, babe.
Because if I had not met you, I wouldn't have 4 beautiful children.
Yes.
We wouldn't have
a beautiful granddaughter.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we wouldn't have our beautiful granddaughter.
Skylar.
It was all, I'm grateful for that.
Yes.
And we understand in dealing with what we're dealing with and the subject matter we talk about, that's the ultimate goal for us. We talk about grateful perspective in different ways to get to an ultimate goal. But at the end of the day, for us, it's relationship.
Absolutely.
It's relationship and it's behavior in everything that you do.
Absolutely. And once you first of all, you have to recognize that you're stuck in a place or that you are kind of, call it a comfort zone, if you will, that you're there in that place. And then once you realize that, that's when you begin to change your perspective. That's when you begin to say, you know what, I'm going to change my actions. So I might not, if it could be one little bitty thing. I think what I used to do when I was younger was overwhelm myself because I wanted to do all of it. It's either I change it all or I don't change it at all. And so you end up not changing nothing and you get stuck.
See, left or right, no in between.
Right, like there was no...
right, slight,
I ain't slight nothing. It's like I'm all or nothing. And then you get stuck and you realize it doesn't. But it's 2 years later and you're like, oh my goodness. So change your perspective and then you change your actions. It could be one action. It doesn't have to be anything monumental. But change that so you can learn to live your life. So that you can learn, as Mingo said, not to focus on the time that your expiration date, but you focusing on today, saying that today I'm going to maximize who I am. Maximizing the day might mean that you might need to just rest. It might mean that you need to get up and do something. Like just change what you're doing so that you can begin to live your life as a whole, and that you understand the value in living.
When you said change your actions, it's like the hazard lights went off on me because I'm thinking about. We go into situations thinking that, okay, once I master something, I'm there. It's done. You just began. That's like undergraduate, theme-based. We're talking about our daughter graduating. That's like undergraduate and just saying, if I really love education, I'll never go get another level.
Wow.
So what I'm saying is that when you change your actions, changing actions is not easy.
Yeah, it's not.
Especially if you're really good at what you do. And then something come along, say it's something like, we talk about laptops all the time. You have one laptop or cell phone. Cell phone would be a better example.
Okay.
You keep your cell phone, you get comfortable with your cell phone, and then they send in a new update. And it just, your whole phone just get out of hand.
A whole new phone.
So now, you thinking of the idea, or for me, I don't want to change phones.
Yeah.
I'm good with this phone. The whole family dogging me out. Dad, you need to get a new phone. Babe, you need to get a new phone. I said, look, long as I can make a call, I'm good. Then the other day, I'm just walking, and my phone just started spinning. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm in the middle of something. I don't know Boot Loop and all these different programs. I'm about to have a come apart. That my phone, I'm like, Lord, not today.
We tried to tell him.
Not today. I'll entertain it tomorrow, but I can't entertain it today. And then it made me feel like I need to change my action. I need to open myself up and say, you know what? You and your phone have had a good ride. Now it's time to do something different. I am guilty of that. I feel like if it works, it works. But then I have to be open to changing the action.
Yes.
And somebody can initiate telling me, Karyn can say, hey, Mingo, if you try it like this, it'll be better. Don't wait till it's bad for you to change the action.
Well,
change the action beforehand so that it feels better when you don't have to go through a hurdle or obstacle to learn more about it.
And we are learning actively, like in the midst of learning how to live a better life, live a more quality life. Now we discuss things that maybe we wouldn't discuss with the other person, that, of what we're stuck in and how we haven't, how we even ask each other for help. Now, hey, babe, I want to talk to you about something. Help me to do this better. Help me to do that better. So, in that, just understanding that you don't have to remain in the same place in order to live a good life. You can open yourself up. You can broaden your horizon, and you can learn to be grateful for where you are while you're broadening your horizon. And just take every opportunity that you can to live now, to be better, to do more, because it's here for you. You're here today, so you get to do that. And so we just want to tell you so much. Thank you so much for always tuning in and for watching us and being interested in what it is that we're talking about. If you ever want to just have anything you all want us to talk about, leave a comment below, and make sure that, because we would love to engage. And if it's anything we can help with, we will.
And I got one thing about engagement. You segue into it perfectly. Why can't your best life be the rest of your life? Think about that. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it no more. I just want you to think about that.
Yes.
Your best life is the rest of your life. I mean, that's what I want.
And so on that note, I don't even have nothing else to say but happy relationship building.
Happy relationship building.